YouTube land, what's up? It's your girl here, Makai from Cougar's Closet. How y'all feeling out there today? So today I have a special sentimental story that I will be sharing with you all, a very delicate, fragile piece of my heart. So today I want to talk about one of my favorite singers. Oh, she comes before the number one. I don't know, +1, -1, what would that be? But she really works for me. So this piece tonight is dedicated to the late and great Phyllis Hyman. And this is a piece that's written from my heart, and it's called Phyllis Hyman, the Songstress My Bluebird That Flew Away. She was my bluebird that flew away, y'all. So let me tell y'all about Phyllis Hyman. I don't know if any of you all are familiar with Phyllis Hyman, but she was a jazz singer, blues singer back in like the 80s and 90s, and she dominated. She was I am woman, hear my roar. She rode in with the gods. And so let me tell you how I became to fall in love with Phyllis Hyman. So Video Soul was pumping her. Donnie Simpson was pumping her. It was that type of party. She was on the list. And so I couldn't help her beauty, right? She had a captivating beauty. She had a quicksand beauty. You could step on the sand and fall to her beauty. Just keep twirling. And the sand was beautiful. It was made of gold going all the way down in glitter. She was just so beautiful. She was a songwriter. And she sung. And so her beauty was the first thing that pulled me in. And then second, she could sing. And her voice was like no other. And she had the most beautiful eyes, and she had like the structure of a model. Like you could tell God carved her out, hand carved her out with a chisel. You could tell. She was striking beautiful. And so, as I would start to listen to her music, and I was a young girl listening to her music. Young girl. And as I was listening to her music, I think I was a teen or something. I was on that type of time with Phyllis Hyman. And so that's how she pulled me in. And then as I started to listen to her music, I noticed that we had one common thing in common, common denominator. We had something. So it was one of the things, you know how like you don't know an artist, but they grab you because they have a story that like you had. They had something happen to them that happened to you. Like how Tupac has his Tupac fans because a lot of his music happened to him and it happened to others as well. He sung about things that people could relate to. Marvin Gaye had his Marvin Gaye fans, and I'm one of them, because he was a romantic. He was a sexual healer, you know. So, with me, I had my Phyllis Hyman deal. She could tell my story. We could share stories. I could listen to her story, and a lot of Phyllis Hyman is in me, and I'll get to that in a minute. You know, just like that country boy, you know, got it bad or hard in the country, and a country rock star get on the radio and start playing what happened to him, and it's what's happening to him now, and he falls in love. You know, I think you get me here. So, her music was doing good. She was at the top of her game, at the top, whatever. But the common denominator that me and Phyllis Hyman had in common was that we were both battling depression. And I like to think at some point we were battling the same depression because, well, we were battling the same depression, but at some point I'd like to think we were battling the same depression, but then she went left and I went right. Because we had the same thing in common of depression, and it was depression of men. I have to tell it. I battled like that woman did. If anybody ever want to know my pain and struggle of dealing with depression, of not having a man, not being able to keep a man, not knowing why I don't have a man, and then every man that I get, when I get comfortable, he gets up. It was one of those things. And so I was like, okay. Well, she was at the top of the charts or whatever, but then she ended up committing suicide. Because this thing kept happening to her over and over and over and over again. And so she didn't know how to shake it. And then she had a husband, and they were married for years, and out of nowhere, he wanted to just up and leave. And so she didn't know how to deal with these type of things. And so eventually she took her life. And so today I heard that really wasn't a good day for me because she really was my hero. She was my hero. We really, really shared a lot of back alley street conversation together. So that was a hurtful day for me. They had found her in a hotel where she committed suicide. That wasn't a good day for me. So every now and then I'll have me a Phyllis Hyman day around the house. I'll play her music. I'll sing. Because she was that type of girl. I get around the house all the time, Don't want to change the world. Just want to be your girl. Don't want to change the world. I want to be your girl. Oh, I can't stand this living all alone. I really get into my mood sometimes. About her. She was my bluebird that flew away. And she looked like a bluebird. I could go on and on about her. But I just want to put this out here because, you keep going through all of this depression stuff with these people to find out later on it wasn't even you. This is what they do. And if she had held on longer, maybe it wouldn't have went that way. I think about the scenarios of her all the time. If she'd seen him today, she'd probably look back and be like, what was I thinking? Because that's how women think. I don't know. So this, like I said, is a sensitive topic for me because Phyllis Hyman was my songstress, my bluebird that flew away. Mwah, Cougar's Closet.